Alright, here we go. I'm led by way of the Spirit to do this. I am actually in the middle. I'm in a process of compiling this video follow up to the Coptic Apocalypse of Peter, Nag Hammadi Codex. I'm in a process of compiling this video right now. Now, as I'm doing it, I was looking up. Give me a second. Let me get a screenshot of this while I'm thinking about it, so I don't have to re-bring it back up. 1 second, bear with me. I want to get a screenshot of the program that I'm using here, OpenShot, to compile this video. And today is Sunday. It's 10:21. That's what's on the screenshot here. It just turned 10:22 a.m. One moment. Is 10/9/22 Sunday. All right, got that. Now, I was looking up Luke chapter 21 to get it for, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and get this screenshot as well. That's what I went to that for. 1 second. I need the scripture. And so like as I was reading it, I was reminded, hey, you got to bring out and connect this Apocalypse of Peter to Luke chapter 21, the parable of the fig tree. Tiger, stop it right now. Quit it. I said stop. Okay, go ahead and get the screenshot right quick. Luke 21, 20 through 31. So, this parable that the Messiah gave about the fig tree, we about to connect that to the Apocalypse of Peter. Okay, now I don't think this is the Coptic. The Coptic is the one that I brung out before, and I'm, like I said, I'm working on compiling the video follow up on the Coptic Apocalypse of Peter. Okay, Nag Hammadi Codex. Now this one, it just says Apocalypse of Peter. Now this is the one that Big Judah was bringing out, and it was the one that I was trying to find. Now I couldn't find the one that he was bringing out to download it. Okay, but it is here online to be read online. All right. So, and this comes from the Ethiopic text. Okay, let me go ahead and get a screenshot of this. And I apologize for my cat. He's going off. He does this from time to time. I'm probably going to have to put him on timeout pretty soon, because I'm not going to put up with that. Little boy, and he woke me up with that this morning. Okay, now first I am going to read it from here, and I am going to start at verse 20. Okay, because it's all connected. Now, we got destroyed as a people, okay? No other nation has been done like unto the nation of Israel, primarily the tribe of Judah, okay? No other nation has been done like unto Jerusalem, okay? And that comes from Daniel 9:12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as has been done upon Jerusalem. Okay? Now let's read Luke chapter 21, verses 20 through 31. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them that are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And he spake to them a parable. Behold the fig tree, and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till all be fulfilled. Okay? Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. Okay? So let me go ahead and go over here to the Apocalypse of Peter and connect this fig tree parable, okay? Because many people are overlooking the fact that the valley of the dry bones has been risen. Okay, so the fig tree shoots have begun to shoot forth, okay, and the twigs have begun to grow, okay, so we know that we're in the end, okay, we know that there's going to be a portion of us that is going to be divinely protected, while the rest of the wicked is about to be swept off this earth, and we are going to see it happen, okay. Now I want to start right here. And ye shall take the likeness thereof, learn a parable from the fig tree. So soon as the shoot thereof is come forth, and the twigs grown, the end of the world shall come. And I, Peter, answered and said unto him, interpret unto me concerning the fig tree, whereby we shall perceive it. For throughout all his days does the fig tree send forth shoots, and every year it bringeth forth its fruit for its master. When then meaneth the parable of the fig tree? We know it not. The Messiah answered and said unto me, understandest thou not that the fig tree is the house of Israel? Even as a man that planted a fig tree in his garden, and it brought forth no fruit, and he sought the fruit thereof many years, and when he found it not, he said to the keeper of his garden, root up this fig tree, that it make not our ground to be unfruitful. Okay? So many of us was wicked. Many of us was wicked. We had to be rooted up, okay, from the ground so that it wouldn't make the ground to be unfruitful, okay? And the gardener said unto the Most High, suffer us to rid it of weeds and dig the ground round about and water it. Now see, every single time that there was the time, right before the period of the time, it was watered, and the Father allowed his prophets to come forth. He would send his prophets forth. Okay? Each time period, all right? During the beginning of the times, right before the destruction, there was prophets that were sent to warn the people, okay? Turn from your wicked ways, because great destruction is coming upon you if you don't turn from your wicked ways. Many hearken not, so they were destroyed, okay? But nevertheless, the water came, and the weeds were dug up, okay? The wicked of our people were swept away, okay? Now, during the times era, okay, first was the time, then the times era. Right before the times era, again, the Father sent forth his messengers, his prophets, to come and speak the word of the Most High. Okay? Many received it not, so they were swept away. Okay? Then, for the half of times, right before Christopher Columbus and all of the freaking Spanish, the wicked, the worst of the heathen, came to the fourth part, he sent forth his messengers, Joseph Smith, and no, Joseph Smith is not who you think he is, okay? He is a copper-colored Israelite, okay? He's an Israelite, all right? From the seed of Joseph, okay? One of the Israelites, okay? Now, Ephraim, Joseph, that branch, okay? So, that was who was used, okay? To bring forth the word of the Most High. Now, again, it was not readily received by a lot of the wicked. Okay, so they were swept away. In the process, many of the righteous were also swept away. This was during the time because of that great curse that the tribe of Judah had inflicted upon their offspring when they said, let his blood be upon us and upon all of our children. Okay, so there was a lot of innocent children, babies that were allowed to be murdered by these vessels of dishonor, the worst of the heathen that came to the fourth part, inflicting all kinds of atrocities against these people over here in the fourth part during the beginning of the half of times. Okay? Now we're in the half of times, and the Father, he has raised us from the valley of the dry bones, okay? Now we grew up amongst the worst of the heathen, okay? I grew up amongst the worst of the heathen, all right? But I had the ears to hear the good shepherd to where I was able to listen and obey and have the Holy Spirit change me from the inside out, okay? So now the shoots have begun to grow, okay? And the leaves have begun to shoot out, okay? So now we know that we're in the time of the end of you wicked people. He rose us up to speak these words to you so that you have an opportunity to be spared. This is for my bloodline and also for all other nations, okay? This is his extending his loving arms to all that have the ears to hear, the heart to receive, and the eyes to see. We are doing this now in this day and hour so that you have an opportunity to be spared the destruction that is coming your way. Okay? Now let me go ahead and continue. Let me go ahead and restart this right here. And the Messiah answered and said unto me, understandest thou not that the fig tree is the house of Israel, even as a man that planted a fig tree in his garden, and it brought forth no fruit, and he sought the fruit thereof many years, and when he found it not, he said to the keeper of his garden, root up this fig tree, that it make not our ground to be unfruitful. And the gardener said unto the Most High, suffer us to rid it of weeds, and dig the ground around about it, and water it. If then it bear not fruit, we will straightway remove its roots out of the garden, and plant another in place of it. Have thou not understood that the fig tree is the house of Israel? Verily I say unto thee, when the twigs thereof have sprouted forth in the last days, then shall fiend Christ come and awake expectation, saying, I am the Christ, that I am now come into the world. Okay? So you got these evangelicals out here. You got Judaism out here, you got Islam, you got all of these religions out here claiming that they have the true words of the Messiah, claiming that they have the only way to the Most High. Okay, they are fiend Christ. They are fiend messiahs. Okay, come and awake expectation, saying that I am the Christ, that I am now coming to the world. And when they, Israel, shall perceive the wickedness of their deeds, they shall turn away from them and deny him whom our fathers did praise. To this day, my parents still praise a foreign God that they know not, and our forefathers did not know the God that my parents praise. Okay? My family praises the God of their oppressors, and they have no idea. They think there's just one God, okay? There's not just one God. You're praising the false God, okay? You're praising the God that were given to our people by force, okay? That's who you're praising. You don't know the true power of love and life, okay? Our power is about love and life. He is not about death and destruction. You are serving a false God, okay? You are serving the one that I turned away from. You wonder why I don't go to church no more. Because I turned away from that false God. Because I perceived the wickedness of their deeds, and I turned away, and I deny him whom my father still praise, okay? My family still praise. Even the first Messiah whom they crucified, and therein sinned a great sin, okay? They don't even understand why he was murdered, okay? But this deceiver is not the Messiah. Something is wrong here. The sense required is that Israel perceives the wickedness of Antichrist and does not follow him. Like I keep telling you in many of my videos, all religions is the Antichrist, okay? It's a false God that you're following, okay? You're following the laws of men, okay? And when they reject him, he shall slay with the sword. Okay? So many of my people were martyred. Okay? We were martyred. Many of our people were martyred when we refused to deny the Messiah. Okay? We were slain with the sword, and there shall be many martyrs. Okay? There were many martyrs. Then shall the twigs of the fig tree, that is the house of Israel, shoot forth. Valley of the dry bones has been risen. Many shall become martyrs at his hand. Enoch and Elias shall be sent to teach them that this is the deceiver which must come into the world and do signs and wonders to deceive. Oh, have they done it? Yeah, they've done it. Pretty much every household has a freaking tele-live vision that they watch all day long, every day. You turn on this tell a vision. And you get all of your information from this tale, a vision. And therefore they that die by his hand be martyrs, and shall be reckoned among the good and righteous martyrs who have pleased the Most High in their life. Speaks of those that have already been well pleasing unto the Most High and have suffered for his name's sake. And he showed me in his right hand the souls of all men, and on the palm of his right hand the image of that which shall be accomplished at the last day, and how the righteous and the sinners shall be separated, and how they do that are upright in heart, and how the evildoers shall be rooted out unto all eternity. We behold how the sinners wept. Yeah, they're going to reap. They're going to reap what they have sown. Therefore, they are going to weep in great affliction and sorrow until all that saw it with their eyes wept, whether righteous or angels, he himself also. And I asked him, and I said unto him, Messiah, suffer me to speak thy word concerning the sinners. It were better for them if they had not been created. And the Savior answered and said unto me, Peter, wherefore spakest thou thus, that not to have been created for better for them? Thou resistest the Most High. Thou wouldest not have been more compassionate than he for his image, for he hath created them and brought them forth out of not being. Now, because thou hast seen the lamentation which shall come upon the sinners in the last days, therefore is mine heart troubled. But I will show thee their works, whereby they have sinned against the Most High. See, this connects and this ties to many people that want to teach that the Creator created people that just died. Like, and not to badmouth my brother Big Judah. I love Big Judah. He brings out a lot of truth, okay? But at the same time, he's still confused on some things, bro, because he'll say things like the Most High created them for evil. Okay? No, he didn't. The Most High don't do that. He is all love, okay? Every living being born upon the face of this earth has the opportunity. They have free agency to choose for themselves whether they are going to be vessels of honor or vessels of dishonor, okay? Now, they had equal opportunity. They had free agency just like all of us, okay? Now, some may have it worse off because we never know what we did in our past lives, okay? Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there that just want to automatically outright reject reincarnation. No, you don't come back and all of this. But, bruh, we've been taught a lot of lies, okay? And hell is not what we've been taught that it is, okay? So, the circumstances that you had to grow up in, that you're in, is directly tied to your lineage, who you descend from, your former life, your past life, what you did in your former past lives, okay? Now, the Father is all good. I want to emphasize that, okay? He is not evil in the least bit. He does not create souls in order to punish them. He does not create living beings in order to kill them, okay? We all have been given free agency, all right? It's a shame and it's very sad that the majority of souls that come into this world chooses to be wicked, okay? 2/3 of my people is going to be cut off because they have chosen to yield their vessels for dishonor, for dishonorable spirits, okay? They chose to do their own thing. They chose to not have the ears to hear the good shepherd. They choose to hold on to the falsehoods that they have been taught all of their life, okay? They have a choice. They have a choice to humble themselves, unlearn all the things that they've been taught all of their life, and relearn by the Spirit of truth. Relearn via the Holy Spirit that the Messiah came to send to us. Okay? So Peter is kind of like distressed at the punishment of the wicked, because it's going to be that harsh. It's going to be that harsh. Because you have no idea what these wicked people have been doing. Now, I have some of a clue of what they've been doing, because the Father led me to study a lot of things, okay? Before I even knew who I was, I knew that this world was ran by supremely evil people, okay? I'm not even trying to get off on that, all right? Behold now, what shall come upon them in the last days, when the day of the Most High and the day of the decision of the judgment of the Most High cometh. From the east unto the west shall all the children of men be gathered together before my Father that liveth forever. And he shall command hell to open its bars of adamant, and give up all that is therein. And the wild beasts and the fowls shall he command to restore all the flesh that they have devoured, while he willeth that men should appear, for nothing perishes before the Most High, and nothing is impossible with him, because all things are his. For all things come to pass on the day of decision, on the day of judgment, at the word of the Most High. And as all things were done when he created the world and commanded all that is therein, and it was done, even so shall it be in the last days. For all things are possible with the Most High. And therefore saith he in the scriptures, Son of man, prophesy upon the several bones, and say unto these bones, bone unto bone and joint, sinew, nerves, flesh and skin and hair thereon, and soul and spirit. And the soul and spirit shall the great Uriel give them at the commandment of the Most High. For he hath the Most High set over the rising again of the dead at the day of judgment. Behold and consider the corns of wheat that are sown in the earth, as things dry, and without soul do men sow them in the earth, and they live again and bear fruit, and the earth restores them as a pledge and trusts unto it. Okay? Now, I'm not going to keep reading all of this, because I pretty much got the gist of what I wanted. I'm not going to read this whole thing. Okay? But yeah, I wanted to get a little bit of that. So you can see that you wicked people, you got your punishment coming. Okay, hold on, let me read this one little last part he's pointing out to me. Hold on. Oh man, bro. How much more shall the Most High raise up on the day of decision them that believe in him and are chosen of him, for whose sake he made the world? And all things shall the earth restore on the day of decision, for it also shall be judged with them, and the heaven with it. And this shall come at the day of judgment upon them that have fallen away from the faith in the Most High, and have committed sin. Floods. Ooh, what is this? Cataracts? Cataracts of fire? Hold on, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Cataracts of fire. A cataract of fire was at its core a giant flame strike with a number of differences. First, there was the aforementioned size. The flame pillar was 300 feet, 91 meters in radius, and 2,000 feet. 610 meters tall, meaning it could be used to attack airborne creatures. What? Forgotten realms? Hold on, bro. What? Oh, man. Second, there was the source of spell was powered from. Flame strike was composed half by fire and half by divine energy, while cataract of fire was composed half by fire and half by arcane power. Third was the strength. Cataract of fire harmed everyone and everything within the aforementioned area, but also to a lesser but still highly destructive degree everyone and everything within the quarter mile, 400 meters of the conjured pillar. Fourth, there was the range. Flame strike could be cast so that the flame pillar was located away from the caster, but the cataract of fire caused a flame pillar that fell directly on the caster. The spell conferred immunity against fire, but did nothing of the sort regarding the arcane energy, meaning the caster was hurt by it. That sounds kind of like the pit that was digged is going to be filled with those that dug it. So those, man, bro, oh my gosh, hold on. Let me go ahead and get this link here. And this is description for follow-up. Let's see. Now this is going to be for a different video. This is going to be bringing out this freaking Apocalypse of Peter that Big Judah was bringing out. Alright, now let me go back to this cataracts of fire. Okay, let me go ahead and let me reread this. And then shall come at the day of judgment upon them that have fallen away from faith in the Most High, and have committed sin. Floods, cataracts of fire shall be let loose, and darkness and obscurity shall come up and clothe and veil the whole world, and the water shall be changed and turned into coals of fire, and all that is in them shall burn, and the sea shall become fire. Under the heaven shall be a sharp fire that cannot be quenched, and floweth to fulfill the judgment of wrath, and the stars shall fall in pieces by flames of fire, as if they had not been created, and the powers firmaments of the heaven shall pass away for lack of water, and shall be as though they had not been. And the lightnings of the heaven, the lightnings of the heaven shall be no more, and by their enchantment they shall affright the world. It says, probably the heaven shall turn to lightning, and the lightnings thereof shall affright the world. What we know about the fearful constellation, they call it the destroyer. The spirits also of the dead bodies shall be like unto them, the lightnings. That's what it has in parentheses here. And shall become fire at the commandment of the Most High. Okay? Now, again, we know that there are several gods, so this is not the Most High power of love and life. But this is like a power of the earth, okay? And the earth right now is fighting against the wicked, okay? It's taking the wicked out, all right? Because so much blood has been spilled in the earth is groaning and moaning, okay? That's why it's reacting the way that it's doing. Now, a lot of these truthers out there, they want to blame it on Hart. They want to blame it on CERN. They want to blame it on, like these men can control what's going on the earth right now. This is ancient prophecy that men ain't going to stop, okay? Now, I've been watching a lot of movies, like disaster movies, okay? That's been recommended to me. And so I watch these movies, and bro, they telling you in these movies that they trying to use their weaponized weather to combat the natural disasters that they don't want, okay? They're trying to use their created weaponized weather to combat natural disasters that have increased, okay, in these movies. And in the movie, they're successful at it, but they're not going to be successful at it in reality, okay? So I'm not denying the fact that they have weaponized weather, okay? Yeah, they have. No one's denying that. I understand that HARP exists. I understand that CERN exists. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is that their time is up, okay? Their time is up. And there's natural disasters, judgments that's coming upon the earth that is undesirable to them, okay? Undesirable to them. Ian was not desirable to these Gentiles, okay? These pale skin, this affected the European community, all right? This didn't affect us. This didn't affect the Hebrews, okay? This affected many Europeans that were living it up, okay? They were living life lavishly, okay? Ian destroyed that, all right? He took their fun away, okay? They would have prevented that if they could, all right? But they can't. There's a higher power at work, all right? Now, there's an eternal law in effect, people, okay? And there's powers in effect, all right, that goes along with the eternal law. Time intervals and things that are allowed to happen by the Most High in order to keep balance, okay? And in order to bring about righteous judgment, okay? This does not make him evil. It makes him all good and all righteous, okay? Now, and so soon as the whole creation dissolveth, the men that are in the east shall flee unto the west, unto the east. They that are in the south shall flee to the north, and they that are in the south. And in all places shall the wrath of the fearful fire overtake them, and an unquenchable flame driving them shall bring them unto the judgment of wrath, unto the stream of unquenchable fire that floweth, flaming with fire. And when the waves thereof part themselves one from another, burning, there shall be a great gnashing of teeth among the children of men. Then shall they all behold me coming upon an eternal cloud of brightness, and the angels of the Most High that are with me shall sit upon the throne of my glory, at the right hand of my heavenly Father, and he shall set a crown upon my head. And when the nations behold it, they shall weep, every nation apart. Now, why do you think the nations are weeping? Because this man is going to be coming out of the sky, the Messiah that's coming back in all glory, is going to be a copper-colored man, okay? He's going to be a so-called black man, okay, with woolly hair. And then the whole world is going to weep. All you nations is going to weep. Because it's not going to be your blonde-haired, blue-eyed, freaking pale-skinned, hippie-looking white boy, okay? You've been deceived. The whole world has been under a great deception for centuries, okay? Then shall he command them. And he's giving me a connection. So let me go ahead and go again to Wisdom of Solomon. It's going to be chapter 5. I have it committed to memory now. I haven't brung it out so many times. Alright? Because this connects to the Apocalypse of Peter. Okay? The Apocalypse of Peter that I'm reading right now is one of the sealed books that's been unsealed. Okay? Now, it's a book for these days that we're living in so that you can understand what's going to be coming upon the earth. Okay? It's giving more understanding, more fullness to Luke chapter 21. Okay? It also connects to Daniel chapter 9, verse 12, okay? And it's also going to connect to the wisdom of Solomon. So you cannot tell me that this book is not relevant, all right? You cannot tell me that the Apocalypse of Peter is not relevant and that it's not quote unquote canon, okay? I don't care what these devils canonized or not, okay? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools account his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot among the saints? Therefore, you Gentiles are going to admit that you erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness has not shined unto you. The sun of righteousness rose not upon you. You Gentiles weary yourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. You have gone through the deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, you have not known it. You are full of pride. You're going to ask yourself, what has your pride profited you? Or what good has your riches with your vaunting brought you? All those things are passed away like a shadow and like a post that hastens by. You're going to ask yourself that, Gentiles. Now, you're going to weep. All you nations, you're going to weep when you see a whole brother coming out of that sky. Then shall he command them to enter into the river of fire, while the works of every one of them shall stand before them. Something, and it says in parentheses, something is wanting. To every man according to his deeds. Okay? So, this fire that you're going to go into is going to be you reaping everything that you have sown in your life, okay? That's the fire that it's talking about. You're going to be in anguish and turmoil because you're going to have to pay for all the things that you've done to other people and other beings in your mortality. You thought that you were just going to get to wash your hands and just get raptured away. No, it don't work that way. You're going to reap what you have sown. Okay? He shall command them to enter into the river of fire, while the works of every one of them shall stand before them, to every man according to his deeds. As for the elect that have done good, they shall come unto me, and not see death by the devouring fire. But the unrighteous, the sinners, and the hypocrites shall stand in the depths of darkness that shall not pass away, and their chastisement is the fire, and angels bring forth their sins, and prepare for them a place wherein they shall be punished forever, everyone according to his transgression. Okay? Now, it ain't going to be for eternity, but it's going to seem like a lifetime according to your transgression. Okay? You are going to have to be purged of your wickedness. You are going to reap what you have sown. Alright? And I'm going to go ahead and end it on that. Because there's a lot more. We'll get into more later. I don't want this video to be long. So, shalom.